Hello YouTube, my name is Jammin Gaming, and today we are going to be doing something really different and something that as soon as the new update came out, I wanted to do. So as you can see from the new title screen and in the bottom corner, the bottom right corner, it says 1.17. Yes guys, the new Caves and Cliffs update part 1 was just released, and I am so happy. I think I'm uploading this video a little late, but still, today I'm going to be reviewing all the new blocks, mobs, and items that came out. And I'm super excited to show you guys, and let's get right into it. Okay guys, we have just loaded in, and as you can see, if you look on my screen, there I have selected different sections for all the new things in this update. And the first part are going to be the amethysts. And as you can see down here, there are, I'm going to go down the line and we're going to go through all the new blocks. So as you can see, this whole purple area is dedicated to the amethyst blocks. And if I go ahead and go over here, as you'll be able to see the amethyst block. These are the geodes that you would spawn in with. On the title screen, that giant purple thing, that's a geode, and this is where the block comes from. This is a budding amethyst, so it naturally looks like this. And as you can see, you're probably asking, Jamin, why are all these things called? So this is the block that grows these things called amethyst clusters. And as you can see, amethyst clusters spawn on these, and same with you can see why it's called large amethyst bud, medium amethyst bud, and small amethyst bud, because they all grow in this. And this is over a long period of time that they've grown out all the way. So as you can see, a large, medium, and the small amethyst buds. And as you can see, this thing right here is a amethyst shard. This is what you get after breaking these, the buds. It drops this amethyst shard, and we'll be able to use that in the future. Okay, I'm gonna walk over it, and here is a new section. The bedrock is gonna be the thing separating each section. So now we are entering the ores. So hold on, let me get all the items set up, and here it is. Okay guys, we are back, and as you can see, there are iron ore, gold ore, lapis lazuli ore, redstone ore, coal ore, emerald ore, copper ore, which we'll get to in a second, and diamond ore. And if you guys have played this game, I guess technically right before this update come out, you would recognize every single one of these ores except the copper over there, but we'll get to that later. But as you can see, if you played this game a little before, you can see that all the texturing for the ores have been changed. Like iron, actually, I would like to say every single ore that you see except the emerald, which is that one right there, looks like this exact texture. And as you can see, now they've all completely changed. Like copper is obviously new. Emerald's even changed a little. Coal has a lot more patches. Redstone has these different red variations. Lapis lazuli also has new patches. And the gold is completely changed. It looks like the nether gold, except in the overworld, and the iron. But one thing I would like to say is now the iron ore and the gold ore, and over here, which would be the copper ore, when you break them, instead of normally dropping the actual ore block itself, it actually drops something called raw iron or raw gold. And I just broke it there, but it'll drop that instead of the block. And when you you can smelt it in a furnace, and it'll give you the exact same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and smelt the iron ore, and I'll give you example what it does. Okay guys, as you can see, ignore this clutterness of blocks. I'll get to all of this later. But as you can see, the raw iron will turn into the regular iron ingot. And when you turn the iron ingot into blocks, it would turn into an iron block. But unlike the copper, gold, and the iron, when you just use the raw itself and turn it into a block, it gives you these textures, which the gold honestly looks like a honeycomb block. So this is all new. Same with the copper over here, and it's this new texture, the copper raw ore, and it'll give you this block. And now we're done with the ores and you guys know what it does. Let's move on to the next section. The dripstone section. Hold on, let me organize my inventory and I'll tell you all about this. Okay guys, so we are back, and as you can see, this is the dripstone block. So this is what the pointed dripstone will grow off of. And it actually looks just like a stalactite or a stalagmite, which are basically the things that grow out of the ground or hang off the ceiling. And I didn't know this until I tested it, but actually they also grow off stone. So if you guys see like pointed dripstone growing off a stone, that's actually normal. So I didn't know that. So obviously they grow off the ceiling with stone. And something really cool I wanted to show is as you can see, they drip water because it's called dripstone. So you don't need any water above it. It will automatically drip water. And if you wait long enough, it will actually fill up cauldrons, which is so interesting. So but something I figured out, I bet some other people have figured this out, but actually if you pour lava above them and you look, guys, it starts dripping lava. And as you can see, it immediately fills it up. And I think this can become really useful. Like if you find these and you enclose them like this, and you have limited lava, because I mean, you can't find any lava, you can put them in here. And well, my tick speed is at 1,000, but I don't really know if it changes on that. But you can gather up this lava, and I think you can actually get a reusable source of lava from this. So I thought that was really interesting, and let's move on to the next section. This section is called it's basically the luscious section, and as you can see, this area is much longer than the other. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these things and start explaining. Okay guys, I am back, and as you can see, this block, which is basically I really think that this is cool. It's called the moss block, which looks like grass, but unlike grass, it's like the green top with like a little more texture all around. So I feel like that can come out really cool, like on hillsides. I think it would give it more like completely green feel. And also they did the same thing but with a carpet. So basically they took the moss and made it into a carpet, and now it's moss carpet. So I also think that's really cool. So the next thing is called a glow berries, or I'm not completely sure what the plant is called, but there's this plant that hangs off the ceilings, and it grew so much that it touches this block, but it'll grow off the ceilings, and after a little bit, it will actually grow glow berries. And the only way I can place this is with actually placing the glow berries, making it bigger. So and it will spawn more. So it's kind of a loop. So that's how you get glow berries and how you spawn them. And the next thing is a small drip leaf. So basically, when I first saw this, they look just like lily pads, but like on vines. So I think they actually look really cool. But my favorite thing is the big drip leaf, because unlike this, it's like a lily pad, but I love it so much because I think we can make parkour out of this, because when you stand on it, it starts angling. And after a couple seconds of you standing on it, it will fall, so you fall through it. And the best thing is, after just a couple seconds, it refinishes. So I feel like I can, or someone can, make some good parkour where you have to like wait, and if you don't jump in time, it'll fall, and then obviously it self resets. So I think that's really cool, and I can definitely in the future make that into parkour. The next thing is called hanging roots. That looks like short grass, but brown, and hangs from the ceiling in the luscious caves. which all this spawns in. And next thing is, you're probably wondering, that's stone. That's been in the game since the beginning. Well, it's called a spore blossom. That looks like a flower, obviously. But if you look around me, everything looks normal, right? And then all these things start dripping out. And if you look under, it looks like a pretty flower. But I noticed this when I was messing around with this. After it starts dripping a lot of green stuff, which I'm not really sure what it is, as you can see in the background, these particles start coming out of the ground and fill up the outside horizon. Look, every once in a while you can see these little particles flying around. So I think that's really cool. I'm not actually sure what it is, but that's not there because I don't want that to be everywhere in the background, so I'm going to go ahead and break it. The next thing is called azalea, which is like, honestly, it looks like a baby tree because you can see this the trunk at the bottom. So I think it looks really cool. I don't know its purpose. After all, this is a reviewing. So this is called a flowering azalea, which is basically this, but with flowers on it. So honestly, I think this looks a lot cooler. And the last thing is this fine thing. I actually don't have it in my inventory. Let me pull it up really quick. Okay, the next thing, or the thing is called a glow lynch, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it looks like that. And it's and these can grow in the dark, so that's why I think that's kind of like a light source. And here is the copper, as we talked about earlier when we were talking about copper. Copper, trust me guys, there is so many types of copper. Like, look how far I'm walking. And guys, this is just the main block. This isn't even the stairs, the countless slabs, the different types of stairs. Oh my gosh, guys. There's so many types of blocks. I only put the main block because this would have gone forever. So let me list out all the types and then we can move on. Here it is. Okay guys, I actually messed up. I set the tick speed to 1000. So that means it ages. So basically copper over time, as you guys can see, over time it wears out into this nice orangish red color to this solid blue color. And this is, if you didn't know, this is actually how the Statue of Liberty is green because it's made of copper. At one point it actually looked like this. I didn't know that for a while, but that's just a random fact. Let's move on to what you guys want to know. So this is called a block of copper. This is called exposed copper. And this is called a weathered copper and oxidized copper. So basically these are the names of the stages. And you guys are probably wondering, why do you have a honeycomb? So basically, when you click on it, it stays at this age. So basically, you wax it basically. So if I wanted to stay at the stage and not age at all forever, I hit it with a honeycomb. And oh, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on, let's go to this. So like, let's say I like this version of the copper, and I click it with honeycomb, it'll never change from that point. You can do it from here to here. I don't get it if you do it on this stage because this is the last stage. So I guess you don't need to waste honeycomb on this, but now let's move on to this. So this is called, hold on, a waxed block of copper. So basically what I meant is it's the exact same as these, but someone just went ahead and honeycombed them. So unlike these that actually I accidentally let them age over time so they all became blue, these actually stayed the same because they were already pre-waxed. So let's move on to the next stage. There's so many copper blocks I'm gonna have to switch over my hotbar. Okay guys, so this is the second stage. So here is the cut copper. So it's basically copper, but it's cut into these like four squares, which is basically like this block called prismarine. But anyway, let's move on. So this is exposed copper. So it's basically the exact same names as this, but with cut in it. So there's weathered cut copper and there's oxidized cut copper. And the same with over there. Here is basically this, But like I said, it's pre-hit with honeycomb. Not like that. I keep messing that up. Pre-hit with honeycomb, so it stays at this age. So these blocks are forever stuck like this. Okay, so now let's move on to the deep slate. So here's the natural deep slate that will spawn underground. Here is deep slate but polished. And here is infested deep slate, which is infested. So now let's head over to this. So this is deep slate tiles, which honestly out of all the deep slate, I think looks the best because it's got like little bricks in it, and it just overall looks really nice. Cracked deep slate tiles, so basically that was cracks. This is deep slate bricks, cracked deep slate bricks, chiseled deep slate, which looks kind of interesting, and cobbled deep slate, which is okay, I guess I can use in a build. Okay, next section is actually the eyeglass, the spyglass, and I'll talk about the clock in a second. Here it is. Okay guys, so I have the spyglass, which if you see that sign, you can't even read it. I bet you guys can't even read it. I can't even read it. But when you use the spyglass, vroom, look how much clearer it is. And I mean, the sign says subscribe, so I think you guys have to subscribe. But anyway, if I go like this, it even has its own animation. I think that looks really cool. So I'm really happy with this. And I love the zoom in. It's so clear. So I really like that feature. Okay, next up is the clock. So the people that are new, or the people watching that are older from this update, you guys are probably thinking, oh, what do you mean, Jammin? The clock has been in the game for a long time. Yes, the clock has been in the game for a long time. But I don't know if it's just me or my eyesight's being all weird, but I'm pretty sure the clock got retextured because it's so much more bright yellow and gold, and it just looks very different. So I don't know if I'm just seeing that weird, but it's just me, but the clock is so much more bright in yellow. So anyway, let's move on to the lightning rod. Okay guys, so I've just set it to a thunderstorm, and here is the lightning rod. So if lightning would strike, boom! If lightning is getting active in the area, it will only get attracted to this spot, as you can see from the particles. And as you just saw, lightning just struck it on the spot, not around it, right on the spot, which I think is really cool. I guess we can put it near our builds, and it would just get struck by lightning. And I think when it rains, it would be really cool seeing that happen. Maybe it would make it easier to make charged creepers, maybe for trolls or for some other reason. So I'm going to clear the weather and move on to the powdered snow. Okay guys, so as you can see, you're probably wondering, why is there two sets of snow? No. So it might be hard for you to see, but powdered snow is this. As you can see, it looks just like snow. This is snow, this is powdered snow. You can tell because it looks just like snow, but snow has like straight line patches going diagonally across that are kind of bluish. But powder snow has a little darker blue but they aren't straight lines, they're like random patches. So that's how you can tell. But my favorite thing about powder snow is that unlike snow, it is powder, so you actually sink into it. So you slowly sink, and as you can see, my camera is zooming in, and you can see these awesome new ice particles and icicles growing onto the screen. And when you leave, when you leave, it slowly goes away, the icicles go away, and your camera zooms back out. So I think that could really come in as a troll. My example of that is, imagine you're walking in the snow, and then you see this and you don't even tell because you're walking really fast and you're not looking at the floor because it looks the exact same. Boom, you sink and then you fall, into like a pit of lava or something, so you see your fate. And honestly, guys, if I get my hands on powdered snow in a survival world or survival series, this would be a perfect troll for Lizard Wizard. So hopefully he doesn't get me first on that. But next thing up is something big. We're getting into the mobs. The last three things are the mobs. And as you can see, these are axolotls. They're so cute. Okay, guys, so you can rather get axolotls by the spawn egg or a bucket. And this is the way by placing them and getting a normal bucket and managing to get one and picking it up. I think they're absolutely adorable. I mean, look at their little faces. But one thing I really think that Mojang has done good about it, they have included endangered animals, such as the panda, but this is a very endangered animal named the axolot. And they spawn in these different colors, and something I really think is really good that they added, since it's so endangered, when their health is about to go like really close to dying, they fake die, like they lean over their head, so they don't actually die, so predators won't kill them. So I think that's really nice that Mojang did, so it's not like they can just naturally get killed by mobs. You only have to do it, which is kind of scary to think about. But also, I learned, I'm pretty sure it's that it's 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a blue axolotl, because there's only, I believe, 1,200 axolotls left in the entire world. Like, there's only 1,200 of these in the entire world, which is so crazy, guys. And if you guys have a axolotl or something like an axolotl, you have to make sure to take very good care of it, and make sure that they can get better and get bigger and their populations rise again. And as you can see, guys, this guy's glowing particles and his head was to the side. That means his health was low and he fake died, so no predators can get him. So let's move on from the adorable axolotls to the glow squid. Okay, guys, unlike the axolotl, the glow squid only is able by a spawn egg. So if you want to find a glow squid, you have to find in the wild. And when you kill them, which they actually do glow during the night, and you can see their eyes and their little tentacles can glow. So overall, I think they're basically squid, but they are basically squid but retextured. But they're still pretty cool. And when you kill them, they drop a glow ink sac, which can be turned into a glowing item frame, which is basically an item frame, but as you can see, they glow up. And something I just learned, I don't know if this is with regular squid, but when you hit it, it sprays this glowing ink out from its mouth area. And I don't know if it's like that with the actual squid in the game, but I think that's really cool. And I didn't even know that until I was just messing around. So next thing up is the final thing in this entire Caves and Cliffs update, the goats, which they've ran away, so let me get some more. Okay, guys, so here's the spawn egg for the goats. It's like this light colored spawn egg, and they look so cute. So I built a little ice enclosure and having some snow, and as you can see, they look just like goats, and they got a hairy area and going down their bodies, and they have little horns, and their heads have like a little hair coming down their chins. And honestly, I think they're really cute with the horns, and I think they could really cool just to look at in when the mountains come out in the next update. But I think they look really cool, little goats. And there it is, guys. That is all of the new thing. Oh, guys, did you see that? So also the new thing that comes with goats, they can jump super high. But that's gonna be it, guys. That's all the things that came out in the new Caves and Cliffs update part 1. Hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Like this video, and have a great day. Bye.